Hi, I'm Dr. Ashish Davalbhakta here at Aesthetics Medispa and Advanced Aesthetics in Pune. In today's topic, we are going to cover recovery of facelift. So if you are considering having a facelift procedure, I'm sure you would be wondering what to expect during the recovery. And I'm going to try to make it very simple and very clear so that you are mentally prepared what to expect after a facelift procedure. So the recovery would also depend upon what components are being corrected during the surgical procedure. As one of my previous videos, I had mentioned that I do comprehensive facial rejuvenation, and which means that I try to cover or correct all the aging changes that a patient or person has during that procedure. So it could be the patient may be needing a brow lift, upper and lower eyelid tuck. It could be a facelift and a neck lift and fat grafting. Now, if you're having all of these things done, obviously, it would lead to a lot of swelling, potential of bruising, and if you're bruised, then it takes around 3 weeks for the bruise to disappear. Swelling would naturally take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks for 70 to 80% of the swelling to go. And the more areas that you treat, obviously, the impact is going to be more. Let's say if you've not had blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, your eyes are absolutely fine. But if you've had a blepharoplasty along with a facelift, then there's watering of the eyes, or there could be swelling around the eyes, there could be bruising, there could be a little bit of congestion of the eyes, and you may have to tackle that along with the facelift. But let's say you have not had any other ancillary procedure combined with your facelift, and it's only purely a facelift procedure, then you would have an incision which goes in front of the ear, behind the tragus, and then behind the ear after skirting the earlobe. That is usually a standard incision. The extent which goes above, either into the hairline or at the front, would depend upon how much laxity you have and how much skin has had to be removed by pulling it upward and backward. So that would determine the extent of that incision. But you would have a suture line there, and typically it takes around 7 days for the wound to heal and for the stitches to be removed. You would have a dressing, which is a typical facelift dressing, to keep the tissues compressed and supported. We call you back for dressings, maybe just to have a look, and then on the 7th day we take all the dressings down and then remove the stitches. The drains, if you have had drains, then the drains come out in a couple of days once the drainage has reduced, and that's the time when you are discharged home. So we look at around 2 days for hospitalization, 2 to 3 days max, and then we send you home once the drains are out with the dressing, and ask you to come for follow-up in our clinic. Subsequent dressings is done in the clinic. Once the stitches are removed on the 7th day, we may either ask you to put a face mask, that is to support the tissues that we have lifted up, and so it's a face mask which goes like this, and it keeps the neck nice and flat and the tissues firmly compressed. It not only helps the swelling to resorb faster, but it also prevents swelling from worsening too much. You would be encouraged to have some facial massage to help the facial swelling to go. Apart from that, there's nothing much that you need to do. You need to take your medications on time. There's not too much of pain. Whatever painkillers we give is usually enough to keep you very comfortable. We would then, once the stitches are out, just maybe see you a week later, and then weekly maybe for a couple of times till the swelling resolves satisfactorily. Usually we see the patient last for the last time around 6 weeks time, and maybe after 3 months. So that all depends on how much swelling you still have, and you start appreciating the improvement after 3 weeks. Till that time, your face could look really tight, maybe pulled, or maybe swollen, bruised. You may even look scary. And there are some patients, we warn you that this is not the time to look at yourself. Don't worry, don't look at it, because this is the normal healing process, and it is not always pleasant, because a lot of tissues have been cut, lifted, shifted, there's swelling, and the healing process is happening from inside, so it makes you look not that good. So, but don't worry, by 3 weeks time you start looking better, and it takes around 6 to 8 weeks for you to really start liking the improvement, and the improvement is fairly dramatic. And all those changes that we spoke about, the marionette lines, the jowl, nasolabial lines, and all of those things will look less, and tissues will properly lifted up, and you will start appreciating the change. There will be an area here on the cheek which will be numb. Now don't get worried about that. That's because the nerves have got divided when the skin was lifted, and the numbness takes anywhere from 2 to 3 months to go away. So that's quite normal. Sometimes lumpy feeling from a little hardening of the tissue, which is again normal healing process. Massage is all that you require. We will keep on looking at you, make sure that there is no collection of fluid or blood anywhere called seroma or a hematoma, and those, if they are there, we tap them, aspirate them, we take care of them. So post-operative follow-up is really important till we are 100% certain that the healing is happening well and you're on towards recovery. It may take you even 3 months for you to start appreciating or liking the improvement that has happened. So have patience is all that I would request you. Don't worry, things will sort themselves out. If there are concerns, do speak to your consultant, speak to me or any of my teammates here, and we'll be happy to look into them and help you out. So this is usually the recovery of standard normal facelift procedure. So I hope this has been helpful. If you've liked the video, do click the like and share, and subscribe if you want to hear more videos like this. Thank you very much.